Good day to Mrs. Mirror and your fellow classmates. This is Group 4 and representing the nutritional needs of adults 20 years to 50 years. Group 4 members consist of Jamelia Olivera Johnson, Claudia Nicholas Booth, Shireen Mohammed Nabi, Stacey Paul Banfield, Daniel Phillip, and myself, Jade Nicholas. Today, Group 4 will talk about nutrients and caloric needs, variation in gender, body composition, lifestyle, climate, food fads, and our one-day meal plans for adults between the ages of 20 to 50 years. I will now begin with the nutrients and caloric needs. Nutritional needs. From the age of 20 to 50, the majority of growth and development will be complete. Taking care of the human body is leading a healthy and active lifestyle and preventing diet-related health problems such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. Consuming adequate amounts of essential vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fiber, and protein while limiting unhealthy fats, processed food, and added sugar is as important at this stage of life as it is during childhood. Overall, a healthy diet incorporates whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean protein, and non-fat and low-fat dairy products should meet all of an adult's nutritional needs. For adults, weight management can be a major nutritional-related concern and a key factor in achieving health and wellness. In order to remain healthy, adults must be aware of changes in their energy needs, based on their level of physical activity and their balance their caloric intake as needed. It is recommended by the NHS, which is the National Health Service, that adults in the age range consume an average of 45 to 65% carbohydrates, 10 to 35% protein, and 20 to 35% total fat, while saturated fats should be no more than 10% daily calories. Cholesterol intake should be no more than 300 milligrams per day. It is best to stay away from trans fats and choose the healthier options of nuts, seeds, fish, and vegetable oils that include monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. In order to remain healthy, adults must be aware of changes in their energy needs based on their level of physical activity and then balance their caloric intake as needed. Caloric needs. Adults who are active in sports or other physical activity may require more calories than adults who are less active. Taking care of the human body can take place in various ways, but the most effective way is looking at our nutritional and caloric needs. Women in the age range of 20 to 50 need a total of 1,800 to 2,200 calories per day. Men in the same age group of 20 to 50 need a total of 2,200 to 2,800 calories per day. I will now pass you on to my classmate Jamelia, who will tell you about variation in gender.
Thank you, Jade. So I will now go over the variations in gender. So we know that growth and development depend on meeting nutrients and caloric demands, and dietary needs are greatly fluctuated depending on gender. Take, for instance, hormonal changes brought on by menopause, menstruation, and childbirth can actually make women more susceptible to suffer from conditions such as anemia, osteoporosis, and several other nutritional deficiencies. So to preserve bone health and avoid anemia, women should adhere to regular fitness routine that might include strength training activities and high-intensity interval training. And to avoid anemia, they should eat meals rich in iron, calcium, vitamin D, B vitamin, and of course iron, according to Tinder 2022. Next slide, please. So it's estimated that 1 in 10 adult women eat inadequate amount of calcium. And we know that calcium helps to maintain strong bones and teeth as well as normal nerve and muscle function. This is important because females are more prone to bone loss than men, and women require more calcium than men do, according to the British Nutrition Foundation. So women can maintain and increase their nutritional intake by, like reducing stress, getting additional vitamin D from sunlight outdoors, listening to music, or by talking to friends. They can also maintain fluid balance and prevent dehydration by drinking adequate amounts of water. Additionally, avoiding things like caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine is also advised, as well as paying attention to diabetes, heart disease, and other metabolic conditions that should be regularly monitored and managed. Next slide, please. Now, unlike women, most men have to concentrate more on their health. On this, I'm sure we can agree, right? Because we know that men are more likely than women to take risks or things that are more harmful, make more harmful decisions, such as drinking too much alcohol, smoking, missing checkups, and of course, seeking treatment for certain diseases or complications that they may have. Therefore, men are constantly encouraged to undergo routine checkups, even if they might be feeling normal or well. And Medline Plus advised that they should have routine screenings because of conditions that affect them specifically, such as prostate cancer. Now, with frequent examinations, ensure that they have a chance to identify and address potential problems. Next slide, please. So men can actually safeguard their physical well-being in certain ways, right? They can do so by choosing healthier foods, exercising frequently, quitting smoking, and drinking in moderation, of course. Their weight, their LDL cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and of course, cardiovascular disease may all be consistently or considerably decreased and controlled by engaging in regular physical activities and, of course, consuming a healthy diet. So small changes can actually make a big difference, including choosing unprocessed foods, right? Whole meals over soda, other caloric drinks. And of course, water is most important, right? And of course, we would like the stigma, the humiliation attached to speaking up for, their mental health, right? Men tend to hide these issues. So we would like that, stigma to be removed. And this is encouraged by Spencer 2022. So another factor that should be considered is body composition. So I'll now hand you over to my colleague, Claudia, who will go over this in the next slide.
Good afternoon, everyone. Body composition. Body composition is used to describe the percentages of fat, bone, and muscle in human bodies. The four-component 4C model divides body weight into fat, water, mineral, and protein. As individuals age, percentage body fat increases and lean mass and bone mineral density decrease. Ideal body composition for women between the ages of 20 to 40 is 21% to 32% body fat. Ideal body composition for men aged 20 to 50 years is 8% to 19%. Here we have a diagram showing the ideal compositions of the various components in the body. So for the male, muscle must be 45%, essential fat should be 5%, storage fat 10%, bone 15%, and we have 25% of other minerals. For women, muscle must be 35%, essential fat 8%, storage fat 20%, bone 20%, and 25%, as in men, other minerals. I now pass you over to my colleague, Shireen, who will go over variations in lifestyle.
Good day, everyone. What is lifestyle? Lifestyle refers to the traits of an individual in a certain time and place within an area. It comprises people's regular actions and functions in their jobs, hobbies, leisure activities, and diets. Unhealthy lifestyle. An unhealthy lifestyle can contribute to issues including metabolic disorders, joint and bone issues, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, obesity, violence, and more. The link between lifestyle and health needs to be carefully considered. By having a healthy lifestyle, we can prevent ourselves from becoming chronically ill, less metabolic disorders, and a reduction in obesity. Types of lifestyle. There are two types of lifestyle. An active lifestyle. An active lifestyle, you lead an active lifestyle if you engage in physical activities every day. An active lifestyle includes any activity that gets you moving, example, exercising, operating motor vehicles, and reading. It is recommended that men with an active lifestyle consume 2,500 kcals, while women should consume 2,000 kcals. A sedentary lifestyle is behaviors that occurs whenever a person is sitting or lying down. Common sedentary activity includes watching television, playing video games, and using computers. Men with a sedentary lifestyle should have an intake of 2,000 kcals, while it is recommended that women should have an intake of 1,600 kcal per day. Some variables that affect lifestyles are diet. Sedentary lifestyle encourages an individual to eat unhealthy food, resulting in an increased BMI, which also results in nutritional deficiencies. Exercise. Increased exercise results in healthier life. By exercise, we burn calories, which enables us to maintain a healthy BMI. Sleep. The amount of sleep we get can determine how we function as an individual. It determines if we live an active or sedentary lifestyle. Thank you. I will now pass you on over to Stacy, who will be doing variation in climate.
Thank you, Shireen. So variation in climate. What is climate variation? So climate variability refers to the climatic parameter of a region varying from the long-term mean. The climate of the location is different every year, being below average rainfall some years, and some have average or above average rainfall after years, sorry. Also, it's a greater aspect of our weather and climate is variability. This variability ranges over many times and space scales, such as localized thunderstorms and tornadoes, to larger scale storms, to droughts, to multi-year, multi-decade, and even multi-century timescales. How does climate variation affect nutrition around the world? So climate change put at risk the food supplies of people in developing and developed nations alike. Floods, droughts, more intense hurricanes, heat waves, and wildfire can drive down crop yields, destroy livestock, and interfere with the transport of food. Rising carbon dioxide levels from human activities can make staple crops like rice and wheat less nutritious. Why it matters? About 800 million people worldwide lack food. Many more have deficiencies in essential nutrients. About 76% of the world's population get most of its nutrients from plants, yet climate change is already causing droughts and flooding that can destroy staple food crops, rice, wheat, etc. The link between climate variation and nutrition. Carbon dioxide isn't just causing climate change. It can also deeply affect your food and your health. More than 2 billion people worldwide are undernourished, and the number may grow if crops lose their nutrition due to rising CO2 emissions. And if CO2 in the atmosphere makes the crops less nutritious, it will be even harder to feed the world's population. The risk climate variation put on food and humans. Okay, so it increases the risk of illness through increasing temperatures, more frequent heavy rains and runoff, and the effect of storms. Health impact may include gastrointestinal illness like diarrhea. We have an outbreak of, well, as you all can see, we have an outbreak of that right now. So we know how dangerous it can be. Also, effects on the body's nervous system and respiratory system, or liver and kidney damage. It can also disrupt food availability, reduce access to food, and affect food quality. Okay, so the 5 main types of climate variation on Earth, there are tropical, dry, wild, continental, and polar. I just add that there. So climate variation and how it affects energy balance nutrition. It worsens unsustainable food system by directly impacting soil fertility, rain pattern, crop yield, and food production, and food nutrition, bioavailability. These changes decrease the micro and micronutrients available in global food supply. Climate variation affects every energy balance, nutrition in a way that is very concerning. And it's not a fad, but it's an ongoing problem. While we know that climate variation affects energy balance, nutrition, human beings, crops, and more, We also need to consider food fats, which my colleague pass you on to her. Danny, take it away.
Thank you, Stacy. Good evening, everyone. What is fad foods? Well, fad foods are the plans in which you follow a restrictive diet using a variation of unusual and unnecessary foods that can cause more harm than good. They are around the clock and demand a high level of devotion. Hence the reason why so many people get tired and worn out while following the restrictions every day. So, the examples of fad food diets are, so we have juice cleanse or vegan diet. So this diet consists of juice and vegetables only. Then we have ketogenic diet. So this is strictly cutting out carbs. Gluten-free diet, gluten-free foods only. Paleo diet. So this diet consists of heavy meat intake, no dairy, sorry, grains and legumes. Why are fad foods harmful? Well, a lot of people are unaware of the dangers that comes with following this type of diet continually. It has the potential to cause serious damage to one's health and can be fatal. These foods are harmful because they are not balanced and offer a high caloric intake, which causes malnutrition, nutrition deficiencies, and muscle loss. It also affects your mental and physical health. So that is weight fluctuation has been connected to psychological problems such as decrease in self-esteem, increased risk of depression, and binge eating disorder. So it can also cause a decrease in physical activities. So having very little energy and willingness to engage in any physical activity, as these diets purposefully minimize the value of exercise. So what is the best method for maintaining a healthy, balanced diet? Well, you need to consume sufficient whole grains, eat healthy fats such as avocados, nuts, and seeds, and plant-based oils rather than foods high in saturated fats. Also, consuming good sources of protein and calcium in meals. So now we have a one-day meal plan. So this meal plan consists of a plan for a 50-year-old sedentary lifestyle. So this has 1,843 calories. So we have for breakfast, 1 small bowl of oatmeal, 6-ounce cup of berry smoothie. For lunch, we have grilled fish, 90 milliliters of brown rice mixed with peas, fresh green leafy vegetable salad, a half teaspoon light salad dressing, and 8-ounce glass of orange juice. For the mid-afternoon snack, we have apple slices. For dinner, 1 boiled egg, 1 slice of whole wheat bread, 1 small piece of lettuce, 8-ounce glass of low-fat milk. For dessert, we have 50 grams of yogurt. So we have come to the end of our presentation. Thank you all for listening. Any questions?